I am 98 years old, and my doctor, God rest his soul, he meant well, spent 40 years telling me I was doing everything wrong. Too much butter, too much salt, too much sitting in the sun, sleep in too late, nap too often, laugh too loud at things that aren't that funny. I outlived him by 6 years. Now, I'm not saying the doctors are wrong about everything, but I am saying this: there are things I have done my whole life that every expert, every article, every well-meaning person told me would shorten my life. And I am 98 years old, sharp as a tack, and I made myself breakfast this morning without anyone's help. So sit down, listen carefully, because nobody tells you the truth about this. My name is Eleanor. I was a seamstress for 39 years. I know what it means to pay attention to small things. A thread pulled too tight, a seam not quite straight, a hem that falls a quarter inch wrong. Precision matters, but so does knowing when to leave something alone. My husband Walter passed in 1997. We were married for 41 years, and he was a good man, stubborn, funny, terrible at directions, wonderful in the kitchen. He made a pot roast on Sunday afternoons that I have never been able to replicate, and believe me, I have tried. I have 3 children, 7 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. The youngest is named Eleanor. I choose to take full credit for that. I eat what I want. I sleep when I'm tired. I have never once counted a calorie, and here I am. It started in my 50s. That's when the world decided it knew better than I did how to live inside my own body. My doctor at the time, a serious young man named Dr. Harmon, sat me down in 1978 and told me I needed to cut out eggs, butter, red meat, salt. He slid a pamphlet across the desk. I looked at it. I looked at him. I slid it back. Then in my 60s, it was my children. Mom, you shouldn't nap so much. It disrupts your sleep cycle. Mom, you shouldn't sit in the sun without sunscreen. Mom, you need to exercise more, the research says. I raised 3 children and ran a household on one income for 15 years. I did not need research to tell me how to be alive, but I understood it. They loved me. They were afraid of losing me. Fear looks like control sometimes, especially in people who love you. So let me tell you the 7 things I was told would kill me and haven't. 1. Butter. Real butter every single morning on toast or cornbread or whatever I pleased. They told me my arteries. I told them my grandmother used butter every day of her life and died at 94 in her sleep. The margarine people lied to an entire generation. Fat isn't the enemy. Joyless eating is. 2. The afternoon nap. Every day, without apology, between 1 and 3 o'clock. 20 minutes or 2 hours, depending on what my body said. They called it laziness. I called it maintenance. Your body knows when it needs to stop. The wisest thing you can do is listen to it. 3. Sitting in the sun. Not burning, just sitting. 15-20 minutes in the morning with my coffee and my face turned up. They said skin damage. I said vitamin D, and something that isn't on any prescription. The feeling of the sun on your face reminding you that you are alive and the world is warm and you are still in it. 4. Ignoring bad news until morning. If something worrying arrived after 6 in the evening, a difficult letter, an upsetting phone call, I put it in a drawer and dealt with it in the morning. They would call that avoidance. I call it protecting your sleep. Nothing was ever made better by worrying about it at midnight. 5. Eating the second piece. Of cake, of pie, of whatever was worth eating twice. Life is genuinely too short to eat one piece of something wonderful and sit there pretending you don't want another. The deprivation doesn't add years, it just makes the years you have feel smaller. 6. Talking to strangers. At the bus stop, in the grocery line, at the doctor's office. Everyone. My children found it embarrassing. I found it necessary. Loneliness is the thing that actually kills you. Not butter, not naps, loneliness. And a conversation with a stranger costs nothing, and sometimes gives you something you didn't know you needed. 7. Refusing to exercise I hated. I never ran. Not once. Not for any reason. Not even when it was fashionable in the 1980s. I walked. Slowly, enjoyably, stopping when something was worth looking at. I gardened. I danced in my kitchen when a good song came on the radio. Movement that feels like punishment teaches your body that living is punishment. Movement that feels like living teaches your body to want more of it.
Here is what I know after 98 years. The body follows the mind, and the mind follows joy. Every single thing on that list, the butter, the nap, the sun, the second piece of cake, every one of them is about the same thing. Saying yes to being alive. Saying yes to the small daily pleasures that make a life feel worth living from the inside. They were never unhealthy habits. They were just habits the unhappy people hadn't tried. I want to be honest. I have had good health, and I know that is partly luck. I know there are real conditions, real limitations, real reasons some people must be more careful. I am not a doctor. I am not telling you to ignore yours. I am telling you what I did, and that I am 98, and that I made myself breakfast this morning without anyone's help. If someone in your life is policing your butter, your naps, your second piece of pie, smile at them. They love you. Then do what you were going to do anyway. You are allowed to enjoy the life you are trying to extend. At 98, I wake up every morning and I ask myself one question. Not how long do I have left, not what should I be doing differently, just this: what is worth enjoying today? The answer is always longer than I expect. If this made you smile or made you go make yourself a piece of buttered toast, leave a comment and tell me. I read every one. And if you want more honest talk about living well in the years you have, subscribe. We are not done talking, you and I.